Now, for more on the latest developments in African football, we're now joined live by Saddick Adams, an African football journalist based in Accra, Ghana. Saddick, thank you for joining us. To start us off, is CAF within its rights to name Morocco as the hosts of the Champions League so close to the end of the competition, or is there more to this story?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I think it's a bit problematic and very unfortunate, the events leading to this. CAF knows already that this Champions League is its flagship competition, and this presupposes that the grand finale of the competition is the biggest club football on the continent. And so every decision regarding it, every significant decision must be done with absolute tactfulness and prudence, something I think CAF failed to do. Gets the normal tradition to do was for the Continental Football Governing Body to name a host even before the competition gets to the final stages to determine which teams will be playing in the final. That's been the globally accepted practice professionally. The competition started in August, that was 2021. So for CAF to be able to decide where the matches will be played, the venue should have been named before all this hullabaloo came around. But for now, I think that the decision was not done with tactfulness, the sensitivity. CAF knows how much clubs have invested into winning this competition, especially for those who are very interested in getting to the grand finale. And to decide on where matches will be played, the final matches will be played, is so substantial and can influence outcome of games. So to me, CAF did not do a due diligence in getting to the decision of selecting Morocco to host this, because this is the second time consecutively that Morocco is hosting it in the last 3 years. And there is a Moroccan club that will be potentially playing in this Champions League and at a venue that belongs to this same Moroccan club. So it doesn't make sense football-wise, and it's a breach of footballing rules. Emotionally, the fans will be agitated by the decision of CAF, and I think that if something can be done, it's better for CAF to take a second look at what has been done to forestall the sanity of the game on the continent.
And Saddick, obviously, Ahly have, as a result of this, expressed their intention to take their appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. How potentially damaging, then, can this be for CAF should one of Africa's glamour football institutions go ahead with this plan?
Well, they have done it, and for CAF, I think the victim of this decision is also its biggest club on the continent, who have so much influence in football on the continent and in a country where CAF's headquarters is based. So Ahly taking this decision will potentially make the Champions League's image, it will dent the image of the Champions League. It will throw African football into so much chaos, because you have timelines to play the Champions League final by the end of this month and to clear the African Cup qualifiers. If Ahly decides to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, it will throw the entire African football space and campaign into complete chaos. And Ahly is one of the only clubs who will be able to take this course and fight it to the conclusion ends of it. They have every might and power, and they have been supported by the Egyptian Football Association, their national FA, in fighting this cause. So the Court of Arbitration for Sports may have to determine, and even to the level of FIFA, what CAF have done and the decision that Ahly are fighting against. CAF, as they say, are messing up with the wrong club, and this it could be very damaging for the image of African football. That a club that has qualified for the Champions League final is protesting the venue decision by the continental body and are in the process of withdrawing from the competition's final.
Let me just jump in here. Finally, Saddick, very briefly, Kenya and Zimbabwe, moving away from club football, are not close to resolving their football leadership issues. That's despite being suspended from international football. What message then does this send to FIFA, whose attempts to enforce a roadmap have been resisted by the two governments? Briefly.
I think that the two countries respectively need to engage FIFA more, because at the point where governments are not bowing down to pressures from FIFA to be able to install or reinstall the federation's heads who have been removed, may not augur well for Africa football. So the best thing for the football associations and governments in respective countries, Zimbabwe and Kenya, is to engage FIFA and fasten the process of getting their footballs on track. Definitely, they have to compete in the African qualifiers, which are just a few weeks away.
All right, Saddick, thank you very much for your insights there. Saddick Adams, an African football journalist. Great to have you joining us on the show, as always, joining us live there from Accra, Ghana.